What's going on, kids? It's your favorite uncle, and I'm back for another and positive conversation with one of the great ones. This young lady right here has always impressed me. I've been knowing her for a few years, and every time I look up, she's doing something great. And I just always stand in maze of greatness. Coach V, how you doing today?
Oh my God, thank you. I'm good. I'm good. I'm a little tired. I literally just logged off work about 10 minutes ago. So I'm good. I'm blessed. Thank you for having me.
Hey man, don't laugh now, cause now I mean I know y'all don't think what y'all do is great, but hey, I ain't never seen too many people who can transform their body at a whim to step on stage and become one of the 1% of the world. And you're actually somebody who have their pro card. So that's
Yeah.
0.01.
Yeah.
So hey,
Yeah.
it's rare that you get to talk to someone who has one stepped in foot at the side of a gym, two got to the point they got a pro card, three actually coach people to greatness.
Yeah. It's wow, I never took the chance, the moment to even think about it like that. You know what I'm saying? I look at it just me doing what I love and what I enjoy doing, working out and basically guiding other individuals who not necessarily want to be a bodybuilder, they just want to be the best version of themselves.
Mm.
So I never, I don't, sometimes I don't take the time to think about the ins and outs and how it may inspire other folks. I just do what I do because I just love it.
Mm. Now, my first question is always, first and foremost, how's your mental health? How are you?
I like to say that I am unraveling and becoming at the same time. It's in that I'm in that uncomfortable growth space where you have to let go of certain things and ideologies and viewpoints to step into the next level of your life. You know what I mean? I turned 45 years old last month, November 3rd. So I'm in that, I'm in that auntie auntie phase. And so some days are better than others. I have my moments where, mentally I'm not as strong as I would like to be, but I always seem to bounce back.
Hey, one thing about I tell all my nephews, to be honest,
Mhm.
enjoy your youth because it gets more and more tasking as you, especially as you get a little older, to do what we do. You know what I mean? And that's to
Yeah.
show up for yourself every day. When the
And,
world doesn't tell you, you don't have to show up for yourself. Society as a whole don't tell you how to show up for yourself,
mhm.
but it's something that's driving you to keep showing up for you. Now, how did your fitness journey start?
Oh wow. I was. It started about 20 years ago. I had a routine checkup with my doctor, and she kept, looking at my blood pressure numbers, and the nurse would come in, take it again, leave back out, and she left back out, and then the doctor came in, and the doctor says, "You have a history of how your family has a high list history of high blood pressure," and I said, "Yeah, my mom does." So she was like, "Well, Miss Taylor, I need you to sit right here for a few minutes, maybe to an hour." And at this time, there was no work from home. You know, there was no, if you had to clock in and out to get paid, you know what I'm saying? I was an hourly worker. And I was like, hey, I got to get back to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, or I'll have to use my sick leave. And she said, Miss Taylor, if I let you out of this office, there'll be a high possibility you won't even make it to the parking lot.
Jeez.
Now, mind you, let me just preface this by saying the doctor's office, the parking lot was literally outside the door. Like it was a 30-second walk, less than that probably. So she was saying by the time I get to my car, I would have either had a stroke or a heart attack. So I was diagnosed with high blood pressure at 25 years old. So
Now, were
that's
you
when that's
large
how.
or just
No, no, I was just, I would say I was high strung. I wasn't overweight per se. Like, at least to me, I didn't think so. Um, so, that was the start of me started working out. But I would play around with it here and there. I joked it was a Gold's Gym in Beltway Plaza. If you know, you know. Now I think now it's a Planet Fitness, but it used to be a Gold's Gym, and I used to go there, and that's how I started working out because I was like I had to get my blood pressure under control. That
mm,
was, after a while, it was under control, and then I had another scare back when I was 35, like 35, and that's when I really started taking it serious.
mm. Now,
So
what
yeah.
approaches did you take to ramp up your level of fitness? And did they put you on medication or did they say, hey, just watch what you're eating? What did they do?
Oh, I was on medication.
Mm,
Yeah, I was on. They put me on medication when I was in my third. Yeah, when I was 35, I was on medication. But I also started changing my diet. I was working out at least 5 days a week, cardio, at least a cardio, some type form of cardio. Um, I got me a personal trainer, and so from there, that's how I got the fitness bug. Now, I was always into some sort of fitness. I was, whether it was kickboxing, martial arts. I was always active in some capacity. But once you grown and once you get your 20s, you hit the club every night. It wasn't nothing to pop a bottle of Hennessy, and that it wasn't cell phones then. So we would go out, hang out, and then be at work bright and early the next day. Like we party all night, and then work all day, and then the next day we do it again. So we really we didn't think about the what we were doing to our bodies back then. We was just having fun.
100% facts. I always tell some of these younger people, I used to work from like 6 to 6. Shout out to my
Mhm,
man 6 9. We used to be super outside, go to sleep for maybe an hour, go to
mhm,
work 12 hours, and
mhm.
do it all over
And
again.
do it all
It
over
was
again,
nothing.
like it was
So,
nothing. Yep,
and
yep.
yeah, that's why in your 40s you got to pay for the consequences.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you got to pay for those consequences. And
yeah.
now we are old grandpas in the game. You're just trying to hang on.
Now you trying to hang on by straight. You got a bedtime, you got a curfew. You know what I'm saying? You got to take a nap before you go outside. Matter of fact, you got to stretch before you even get out of bed. That type of stuff. So yeah, like it'll catch up with you.
Now I know you say you was always into some type of athletics. So was day one back at the gym difficult for you, or was it just a step towards the process?
Oh yeah, it was difficult. Because now let me take that back. Your body knows what to do, right? The muscle memory will kick in. However, when you're trying a different style of training, definitely, definitely. Like I wasn't used to the heavy lifting, right? I was always going light. I was always very light, heavy reps, things of that nature. But real life lifting weights, it took me a minute to get into a groove with that.
Now, why do you think the process was so difficult at first?
Because I was always used to doing body weight. Like in martial
Mm.
arts, like we didn't use dumbbells or something like that. We used our body weight. Like we had to do push-ups and squats with our body weight. So going into a gym to lift a dumbbell or lift a barbell, like my body was like, "Girl, what is this? Like, what are
That's
you like? What is you doing?"
That's a good point. What type of martial arts did you take?
Hapkido.
Oh, you went
Hapkido. Yeah.
okay. I was my man, Steven
Yeah,
Seagal.
I was a green belt. I got up to a green belt, and then I took kickboxing. So again, no weights. Like literally everything was body weight. So lifting was something new for me.
I think the game, as far as martial arts, has changed because I noticed
Mm-hmm.
I'm a UFC fan, and I
Mm-hmm.
noticed even though they don't use a lot of heavyweights, I have noticed in the UFC now they have added some type of weights to their program or some
Mm-hmm.
type of deadlift to their program. So I've noticed that the game, as far as using actual, because I was always in football and basketball, even back in those days. The stuff I know now and the stuff I know then, they did not know what the hell they were doing back in those
Nah,
days. And shit.
they was just doing they was going off vibes and a look.
Mm-hmm.
That literally that's what it was. Like it was the blind leading the blind in those aspects. So yeah, hmm but it's if with the new wave of martial arts, like them folks are trying to cut body fat,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the more you cut body fat, the lighter you are on your feet because they have to move quick. So when there was those jumps and those spin kicks and things of that nature, you have to come down. Like strength training, weightlifting helps burn calories and it helps build muscle.
Good points. Now, what led you to coaching? What just said, "Hey, I'm in here. I have my own coach, but know what? I think I can save a few people's lives." What led you into coaching?
Well, I was always a personal trainer. I became a personal trainer. I became certified back in 2015, 2016. So I was a trainer full time for a minute in a small boutique, black owned boutique gym. Um, Coaching was just something that came natural, as far as being a personal trainer and being in a gym full time. Like I was in charge of group fitness classes. So, and outside of those group fitness classes, I would have to meet individually with members, track their progress every, once a month. We, do weigh ins and we have contests and things of that nature. Like so I was always involved with making sure they were successful with their goals.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Up until recently, in the last few years, it just escalated. Um, the realm of bodybuilding, from how I saw it, there really wasn't no true mentorship. Wasn't no true mentorship. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the girls were just being led down the wrong path. Um, and so you can see how they can get caught up in the game. So that's why I really kind of shift gears as far as that style of coaching, if that makes sense.
Now we got to expand upon that. What is the wrong path? And because we one thing I like about my podcast is we like to
Mhm.
be honest and transparent
Right.
on this podcast, and then two, the young people are listening, and we may be able to save them from a bunch of BS. So, what is the wrong path, and how do you avoid? What's your style, and what was the style back in those days?
Um, a lot of these girls are on drugs now. They on some heavy drugs. They're more on drugs than the men because they think they have to use drugs to be successful.
I
And
was going to mention that later, and a
it,
few of them are in the world of bikini. In
yeah,
the world of you would think just because she a little itty bitty and she ain't doing nothing, but
nah, a lot,
she know
especially
more about stuff than me.
most it's more bikini girls on drugs than anything. Because they're trying to fit in an aesthetic. Um, and it has become very prominent in the last few years. Um, this is the way, the quote unquote way to be successful.
I've heard, I watch a lot. You know, we're in the fitness space
Mm-hmm.
together,
Mm-hmm.
and I sit back and I watch, and I know competitors who choose that path.
Mm-hmm.
No judgment, because you know bodybuilding
No,
is
no judgment. You know what
you
I'm saying?
know
Like,
bodybuilding. They don't ask no questions. They don't want to know nothing,
well,
and then they
it depends on the league. It
yeah. If
depends
there's
on
no
the
league,
league.
but if
Yeah.
you're in a league and allow you to do whatever you want to do, you're going to do some interesting things to your body, but
Mhm.
the
And then I,
consequences long term, we don't know.
yeah, that, and then they get implants, and they get a lot. There's a lot of there's a lot of girls that are competing that literally brought their whole body. You know what I'm saying? They got the fillers, they got the lip injections, they got the breast implants, they got the butt implants, they got the calf implants, they're literally a
Now, my
builder bear.
question is, if you're in a world of I'm going to change my own body
Hmm.
and present it on stage, how's that fair when I can just go buy a body?
It's not fair.
How's that
But
authorized? How's
but
that authorized?
but
It's
when there's
bodybuilding. It's your body.
but
Turn it
when
into something
there's
else.
but when there's no check and balance, then you can do whatever you
Uh,
want. You feel
uh,
me?
so you saying I can go pull the Drake tomorrow and show up with the six pack and nobody gonna ask no questions?
You might get placed. You might get a placement. Like, so, I mean, it's not. It's not for men. It's not like that. You know what I'm saying? There's with men. Is, of course, there's quite a few competitors that are on the needle. In the men's divisions. But I'm not a man. I can only tell you from a woman's perspective. You know what I'm saying? And like, because I've been in this, that space. Um, After a while, you get a little coerced. You know what I'm saying? You want to be
Mhm.
successful. Like, yo, you want to take it to the next level. You got to.
Now, Coach V, you do have your pro card,
Hmm.
and it is rare that someone actually gets their pro card without a little help. So, how do you manage to avoid those entrapments of jumping on the PEDs?
Now it depends on what level of PED that you're taking,
Please expand upon that.
because there are some that are not as harsh as others.
Hey, let's be honest about it. What are those? What are those
So
safer options for
I
competitors?
would not say there's anything. Not everything in excess is not safe, right? Um, if you stick the needle on you, that's gonna be a problem after a while, right? But I know girls who took Clen. I know girls who took Anavar. I've taken Clen and Anavar before.
Those are the
Um,
top two that
yeah,
everyone loves.
yeah, because those are the less harsher ones. You know what I'm saying?
And
Those like those are less harsher ones. Like, and I don't have any medical issues, right? Um, so, but once you start getting the realm of you sticking, you know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Then that's the ones that can really cause major damage to you, especially as a woman, over the years.
Yeah, the voice started
The voice
changing.
start changing, you start growing facial hair, your clitoris start growing. From what I understand, your clitoris will start growing. Your period will, when it's that time of the month, is dark, and it's not, so it's not actual blood. It look like smut. Like black, just really really dark and black. Or if you just don't get a period at all. um
And some of this stuff is not reversible, unfortunately, for some of these
no,
young
no,
ladies.
it's not. No, it's not. And you just have to be very careful with that.
Now, the process of I've heard of Anavar, and that is one of the, and everyone who speaks about the world of PEDs, they say that's on the S tier of PEDs. Matter of fact, I was just watching a documentary about this a few days ago,
Hmm.
and that was on the S tier of everyone list, because they do consider that a little safer, but you do have to watch, from
Hmm.
my understanding, your liver. So,
Hmm.
what do you do to make sure your liver and everything is okay while you're using Anavar?
um Definitely stay up to date on your doctors visits. I don't miss a doctor's appointment at all. I get blood work done every year. Um, Sometimes a few times a year because I have issues. I'm anemic, so I get my blood work done like every 3 months because I have to take iron infusions. But I don't miss a doctor's appointment at all, and I get a full blood panel. Like I get a full blood panel. Drink plenty of water. Try not to, drink alcohol. A lot of alcohol consumption. And of course, we're in the gym. We're on a meal plan, so fried foods and all that other stuff is just not the thing, right? But you definitely don't miss a doctor's appointment whatsoever. Always get your blood work done.
Facts. Yeah, because I tell people all the time at work is they like to make fun of me and one other guy. And I would say this game is boring sometimes. You
Mm-hmm.
eat the same thing over and
Mm-hmm.
over and over. So it does get a little boring. And sometimes it gets a little frustrating because, from my point of view, it's rare that I see people that look like us in a regular space that I'm in. So why do you think the world doesn't embrace fitness?
Because it takes discipline,
Mm,
and discipline is the kryptonite to a lot of excuse my language, but a lot of motherfuckers are that's their kryptonite. You tell a person to be disciplined or hold themselves accountable, it's like you rob them, or you tell them, you ask them to go kill their mother or something like that. Something insane like that, right? Those two words causes a lot of folks to just shut down. They're
mm.
not used to being disciplined. They don't want to be disciplined. They're not used to being accountable. They don't want to be accountable. So if
Those,
you asking them to be disciplined and develop habits, they don't know what that is. They don't care what that is. And we live in a popcorn society. I want to look like her, or I want to look like him, but I want to look like them right now. And a lot of times with these girls, and I tell, like, one of my clients, I had to tell her, she sent me a picture of a young lady, and she was like, I'm trying to grow my hip dips. And I said, I'm sorry, what? She said, can we incorporate exercises to grow my hip dips? Like I said, sweetheart, that's surgery. That girl has surgery. I said, two, I can't change your genetics. I can't change your skeleton. I can't change none of that. I said, that girl has that because she brought it.
mm, that's interesting. Now, why do
So
you
it's
think
like they
so
don't
many
want to
people
work
doing it?
for anything, but they don't want to
Uh,
work for anything.
yeah. One thing I noticed you said is discipline. Like, I don't care if you're on the needle, off the needle, or whatever you're doing. I see people, because I go the same time every day,
Mm-hmm.
and I see those same people every day
Mm-hmm.
grinding. I don't care what they may have done to get there, but I'm
But
like,
that's the thing. That's the thing, though. That doesn't exempt you from doing the work.
I think a lot of people think I can buy this body and don't have to do the work. I can take this
No,
needle and don't have to do the work.
no. You have to work hard. Matter of fact, you have to work harder. You have to work harder because you have to maintain it. You have to maintain the facade. So you just can't go get a BBL. You just can't go get a liposuction. You can't do any of these things. The PD, you can't do any of these things and think you want to skip the work. Think you're going to skip the diet. Thinking you're going to skip the gym. You cannot skip the process. You have to work harder to maintain the facade. You have to maintain it.
I like what you said. You have to work harder to maintain the illusion. You have to work. You have to put more out there when you're trying to fool people into believing that you're
But you
one
gotta. So
natural.
think of it. You know why? Because in 9 times out of 10, that's your money maker.
Mm.
So you think about it. You think about all these influencers and these gym girlies, quote unquote, and who be posting their videos and all this other stuff. They are not going to post the process. They're going to post the finished product. So the viewer doesn't know what went in between those two stages. The only thing they care about is, okay, I want to look like her. But her went down to Dr. Miami, or she brought this, she got her teeth done, she got her boobs done, she got her butt done, she got all this done, but she's going to sell you a program. So you want to buy into that program. She got to make her money back, the money that she spent on surgery. She got to make it back some way. She going to make it back on your insecurities.
Now, is that a version of scamming? Because to me, that's scamming.
That it? I
To me,
mean,
to me, that's you're a scammer. You're just a high level scammer.
I ain't make the rules.
Because when you think about it, I've changed my body back and forwards and backwards, and the process ain't always sweet. And I wish, you know, what I mean, I can run to some surgeon to do it for me, and I'm pretty
No,
sure I
it's very
should as a
hard.
man. But at the end of the day, I would believe, hey, I put myself out there as a coach, as someone who can save your life. If I run out there and go get this surgeon to hook me up, I believe I'm a scammer at that point.
I mean, you are. Think
If
about all these.
that's
You think about all these fitness influencers. And it was this one girl. Her name was Body by something.
I remember it was
And
one chick they used to call her all the time, some white chick, and like every fitness guy will call her out for having a fake butt or whatever.
mhm.
And I think she was like a multi-millionaire before she got shut down. But
Yeah, it
hey,
was it was one youngin down Georgia who had to get her butt implants removed. But
Jesus Christ.
they used to say all the time, like, something's not right. And she was like, no, I'm real, I'm real. But then come to find out, she started the implants, her body started rejecting the implants.
Mm.
So she had to undergo so many. So she finally had to come clean and say, yeah, I did get butt implants. But at this time, she already made millions of dollars off of selling program and selling this and selling that. And she had to come clean when she, had to show herself going to have surgery. She couldn't sit down straight. She had to lay on her back, on her stomach, because her body she got infected. So she had to have multiple surgeries to fix her butt, because her body started rejecting the implants.
At that point, you might as well put the shiesty back on and go get the Glock Glizzy and go back out here on the streets if you're going to do all that. Shout out to V Shreds, by the way, who in the male space, we always talk bad about him. I don't know if you know who V Shreds is, but
That doesn't
if
strike
you're
me.
if you're in the fitness industry, you know who V Shreds is, and he catch a lot of strays for being a very handsome young man who doesn't know what he's talking about. But hey, man, keep scamming, baby. There's
I'm
people in
not
my
too
household
familiar
who
with him. I
who
don't.
brung up V Shreds, and I was just like, "You about to listen to him?"
But they getting their money off. Like, they getting paid off of people's ignorance.
The game is to
Is
me utterly hilarious, and I'm not even coaching on a high level
yeah.
anymore. But I find the fitness industry very weird sometimes. You know what I mean? To me, it's a personal journey. Personally, I think, like, yeah, we're all athletes and we all had times where we were outside not paying attention to our athletic past, and
Mhm,
then you start working 12 to 13 hours a day and you get away from fitness, and the next thing you know, you get those bad report cards. I had one myself in
mhm.
my upper 40s, and I was like, do I want to die early or do I want to live as long as possible? And I
You
had to determine which one I wanted.
Yeah, you get faced with your own mortality.
Mm.
right? You get your wake up call in some way, shape, or form. Um, my wake up call was when I, had to have emergency surgery because I was
Mm.
pushing myself so much in the gym. I always had issues with fibroids, and I knew I had to have the surgery. I just, one, I kept pushing it back. Two, the surgeon's office never got back to me. I wasn't very due diligent on that part, and wound up having to call the paramedics and had to take an ambulance ride. And the very next day, I was in surgery.
Jeez, you've been through it all. You a real soldier.
Yeah, it was. I that was 2023. I was prepping for a show. I hurt my back and then wound up not competing at all. And then the end of 2023, like October, I felt a sharp pain while driving. So I had to pull over and I was in so much pain. A young lady walked past me and called the ambulance for me.
Jeez.
That was Sunday afternoon. I was being wheeled into surgery Monday morning.
Now, how did you hurt your back, if you don't mind me asking?
Squatting, barbell squatting,
Uh,
and barbell squatting.
I
That's
know people like to run away from the barbell squat. What was you squatting, Coach V? Did you hurt yourself?
I had 345. I think I had 345 plates on both sides. So I think that's how I hurt myself. And
That's
then I was so
315. Yeah, 315.
yeah, and then being hard headed, rushing back into the gym. I only took a week off in the gym, and I could barely walk.
Hey, because
Um,
you
I
know,
came back too fast, and I was walking with a limp, but I was still training as if I was getting ready for a show.
Coach V, you know the saying: if you still can walk, you still can train.
Yeah,
So,
I was, and my doctor, my chiropractor at the time was like, "This is why you walking with a limp." My limp got worse because I was leg pressing, and I was still trying to. I could barely stand up, but I was practicing my poses. I couldn't put my heels on, um, but I was still trying to practice my posing routine. And then, my coach was like, "Yeah, nah." And then even the doctor was like, what are you doing? Like, you should not be working out. Like, I was still trying to do my cardio. I was still, eating all my meals. I was still taking check-in pictures. When I say I was cut up. Like, that body would have been top tier if I was able to get on stage and display it. But God had other plans for me.
well, I'm glad to see you 100% recovered.
Thank you.
Definitely, I mean, for you guys, go to the Smith machine, keep play with, play over there a little bit, just to, I mean, keep it safe. Because the barbell, I agree with my nephew C Marty, it's not for everyone.
Yeah, it's really no, and that was my thing. Like,
Yeah.
it was just a freak. Like, it really was a freak tweak of my back that just kind of. I think it was. I already had an issue, and that barbell squat situation just like made it bust open. Like, it was
Yeah.
like it just burst my bubble. So I think I already had an issue that I ignored because, like,
Hmm.
again, I'm an athlete. I'm going to thug it out.
Push through.
I'm gonna push through, and it pushed me. It
Yeah.
pushed me to sit down. It sat me down for the rest of 2023. Yeah.
Well, life lesson, kids. Play where it's safe. Lead the
Yeah.
barbell to us power lifters, and
Mhm.
and stay on the sidewalk where it's safe out there. Because I agree, not everyone should mess with the barbell, especially when it comes down to
And then
stuff like you.
I didn't even have a belt on. Like,
Oh, you were wilding.
I was wild. Yeah, I was bugging. Like, I was bugging so hard. Yeah.
you
So I
you
didn't.
you was squatting 315. Again, the plus the bar plus 3F. That's 315. No back brace. Did
No
you at
squat.
least had a knee pads on, Coach V? Did you have a
No
knee pads
spot. I
on?
ain't had no spot. Like, I
No
was,
knee
yeah,
pads.
like, I had knee pads on, but I, like, literally, it was just my thing was like, yo, just again, I already had a back. I tweaked my back earlier, like maybe a few weeks earlier than that situation. So I think that situation was just like, yeah, you hard headed. Let me sit you down.
Sometimes it be that way, but
Mhm.
unfortunately, the one thing I don't like to sacrifice because I'm just like, I don't care how bad I'm hurt, I'm still gonna go through with it. So
And
yeah.
that's literally how my thought process was. I was just like, yo, I got a show to get ready for. I
Mm.
got a show to get ready for. And I remember it was about, I think it was the Atlanta Pro show that I was getting ready for. Yeah.
Mm. And I know that you said something about operations, and we're going to dip into, I guess, the world of pop culture.
Mhm.
I was listening to some radio show, and Summer Walker, I believe, was talking about how she just loved plastic surgeries to the point that she almost considered having a rib removed. She's ready to get back underneath the knife as soon as possible, but her team is, I guess, trying to say, "Hey, slow down now." So, what do you think about someone to the point where they keep on running to the knife, where it starts getting dangerous for them and others?
That's your life. Like I don't. You ain't got nothing to do with me. Um, that's a if that's how you feel. More power to you, boo. Like I don't. I will always advocate for eating healthy, going to the gym, getting your 9 to 10,000 steps in a day. Lay off the sugar. Definitely an advocate for going to sleep, getting you some rest. Definitely an advocate for mental health, going to get a therapist, talking to someone. But if that's not your jam and you would rather lay on somebody's surgical table, more power to you, boo.
Keep on making Dr. Miami rich. He went
Like
in
at this point,
it.
if that's your like that's you, do you, boo? Like I can't like I don't know what to say. Like if this does something internally with her, I don't know her. I
I don't know
can't
either. I
judge
just
her. I just
when I see situations like that, to be honest, I don't even think of, you're grown, you can do what you want to do. I
yeah,
think
like
about the young lady who's 14, 15 years old, who's looking at you, and now they see the path that you're going on, and you're an influencer, you're a celebrity, and celebrity has a lot of power attached to it for regular human beings out here in the space. So it's not even her; it's the people behind her who now thinking, okay, I'm just going to run to the knife and get what I want
well,
done.
that's when a parent needs to parent.
I will hope so. I will
That's
hope so.
like a
I
celebrity
will hope
should not
so.
be parenting your child. A celebrity should not be validating your child. Like your child should be validated in at home. That's when a parent needs to parent. And that's when though your community steps in and pours into that child and let her know, hey, you don't need that route. You don't need that route. But
Mm,
once you get older, you make your own decisions, and hopefully the parent laid a solid foundation where that young lady doesn't that knows that she does not need to go that way. But
mm,
if she does, that's let her make that decision on her own when she's at an adult age. She's understanding that her body is going to change once she gets older. Some people genetics don't start kicking in, and they don't start growing hips and boobs and all this other stuff until they well into their 20s and 30s, or even after they have children. Like your body just does, people need to embrace their seasons, if that makes sense, right? You have to embrace your season. You can't allow yourself to get caught up in social media and what these famous people with all this money does with their money,
good
right?
point.
Um, if you do not validate your child at home and raise them with the thought process of I love me for me. I am me. I don't need to be anything else but me. They're going to go out into the world and seek other validation.
Good point. All right, Coach B. One more, well, two more questions.
Mm-hmm.
I also, I don't know if you heard about it, but I was, I'm in the fitness space,
Mm-hmm.
and a kerfuffle happened in the female bodybuilding space recently. Well, strong woman space recently, where a strong woman competitor who wants to live their truth. They transition, but in strong women federation, there's one option only. You must be a woman at birth, a naturally born woman. This person chose to lie and scheme and not tell anyone their truth, competed, won by 1 or 2 points, stole the title. They realized what was going on and stripped her from the title, the money, and everything else that goes along with being great. How do you feel about that as a woman competitor?
Okay, let me make sure I understand what you're
Okay. She
what you just spoke, because
transitioned.
that was a lot. So
She transitioned.
she was a transgender woman,
Told no one about this.
told no one that she was a transgender
Well,
woman.
she's a man who transitioned
Oh,
to a woman.
she's a man that transitioned to a woman.
She,
Told nobody that
told
they were
nobody nothing. Went to strong
biologically.
woman, competed, won by 1 point. They found out about it. They took the medals. Well, I guess took the title from her for first place. Probably gonna try to get their money back from that person. uh, and they probably gonna strip that person of the titles whenever they catch up with them. But as a woman who competes, how does that make you feel?
I'm kind of baffled why you wouldn't tell anyone that you transition.
I want to win.
Um,
I want to win. I want to win. I know I'm
well,
doing something wrong. I want to win.
compete in your own space. I'm empathetic to transgender, right? But I want you to be honest about your transition. Like I want you to be honest and upfront and say, "Hey, I was born a man, but I'm transitioning into womanhood." I get that. Um, no, that's not fair because you took that moment, you lied. One, you lied, and you took that moment from someone else.
Mm,
Um, I'm very, because that's a tough space. If you were honest and upfront about who you were, coming in, fine, but you lied. You didn't tell nobody. And then also too, the league should have did their due diligence.
I don't think they know. I think so. I think the person
So
who
it's a
came in
lot.
second knew and exposed the issue, and then they did their proper investigations. And from the video the person put out there, they said they didn't expect to win at all. They didn't think they were even coming last place according to them. But hey, however you got in this competition, you took someone else's spot.
But then the league should have the league has to have some type of integrity about the league should have looked into this beforehand.
Yeah, something
So
different.
whomever the judges was, like, yeah, like they should have, it should have been like this should have been thoroughly thought through beforehand. Um, yeah, I don't, yeah, don't lie. Like, be honest and upfront about who you are, who you were, and what are what you're transitioning to. Let folks make that choice.
Good point. All right, last question. What is one quote that you live by daily to help you motivate yourself?
Just one.
Hey, give me a few if you want to.
Um. Wow. There's one is always, it's an affirmation that I say to myself is always, I am divinely made and guided. That's my affirmation that I say to myself every day. Another one is nothing beats a failure but a try. I say that to myself daily. Um, Whatever you do today, um, don't go to bed. I don't go to bed with my day, so I try to release my day. So I release that wasn't whatever is not supposed to be mine. I don't hold on to nobody else's anger. I don't hold on to no one else's drama. I try not to hold on to anybody else's trauma. So I say to myself, it's not yours, give it back.
Mm,
It's not
that,
yours, give it back.
that is awesome.
It's
Now,
not
Coach
yours,
B,
give it
where
back.
can people find you and get coaching if necessary?
Well, I'm on IG as She Rises Wellness One. That's SHERISES Wellness, WELLNESS one. She Rises Wellness One. And or shoot me an email at info@sheriseswellness.com.
So what's next? When are we getting back on stage?
That's
When
the
are we coming back? When's the comeback?
Oh man, that is the magic question. That's the magic question. Like that is a question that I've been um going back and forth with. I do miss the stage. I do miss the stage. I miss the camaraderie. I miss the grind. I miss the 2:30 wake up calls to be in the gym by 3:30, 4 o'clock. I know that sounds like so weird, but I miss that. I missed I miss watching my body transform. I miss my bedazzled bikini. I miss the makeup. I miss the glam. I miss the tanning. I miss the spotlight. I love miss strutting on stage. But I don't know. I don't know if the stage will see me again. That's that's
Mm.
a that's something I've been going
Why,
back and forth with.
why don't you know? What's going on?
I don't know if there's a space for me. I don't
Why
know
is
if
that?
I don't know if I belong anymore.
Why is
That's
that?
maybe because I'm a little older now. Um, Maybe because I don't know how my body will respond after having like major surgery. Because fibroid with how the how many fibroids I had and the stress of my body that that took a toll on me. Um, Both mentally and emotionally, right? Mentally and physically and emotionally. Um, I just don't know. I don't
Mm.
know. I like I said, I miss it. I miss it. I would love to do at least one more show before I hit 50. Um, so I don't know. I know that I'm still going back and forth with that.
Well, there's only one thing I haven't done in this lifetime, so I'll make you a deal. Because it's only one that I did the powerlifting thing, and
I'm
it
actually
was
that's what I'm
great.
actually
It was great and fun, but
that's what
it's
I'm
like
actually interested in. Like I'm interested in
you want to
powerlifting.
come. You want to come my side of the fence?
Like yeah, I'm interested in getting back into like
Like,
learning that side. Like that's what I am. Like I really do kind of low key want to power lift. I do
okay,
want to learn that. I do want to learn. Like I do. I don't say actually being a powerlifting competitor,
you
but I
said.
do. But I do want to learn powerlifting. Like I do want to get into that realm.
All right, two questions. Are you emotionally broken enough to do this? Because to do this,
Damn.
you have to be emotionally broken.
What does that mean?
Uh,
What does emotionally broken mean? Like that don't sound too tempting.
uh,
Like that don't.
you got to take. I'll put like this. I tell people all the time to put some wheels on your back for funsies of just 350 swatting for fun. I mean, you have to be emotionally broken. It's not
What
for
the so
everyone.
so what the hell is the difference between powerlifting and bodybuilding? Like there's some emotionally broken fucking bodybuilders. So what the fuck you
did,
mean? What you
did,
mean?
did you
Like
already,
what?
Coach
Like
V?
what does what does emotionally broken? Like what does that mean?
It's just, to me, it's just not normal when I look at like four wheels on deadlift. And be like, I'm gonna do that for five just for fun. No, not to
Then,
be like,
so
to
then,
be
like, is
honest,
gym culture normal to anybody?
no.
Because you have to have some level. You have to have some level of insanity to compete in
Yes,
anything, right?
yes.
You
You
have
have
to
to.
have some level of not only just discipline and accountability. You low key have to be crazy to do this.
Okay, then
Especially,
new
especially
deal.
with, especially with bodybuilding, and you know how we like literally strip
Yes,
our diet
everything.
down to the bare minimum, like to nothing really. Like we eating air. We're basically,
Yes.
and this is, and to like even when I tell folks, like my clients, I'm like, yo, this is no longer. We don't eat food for taste. Like we eat food for fuel. Like this, right at this point, this is fuel.
All
I'm
right,
just,
new.
to get by.
All right, new deal. New deal. We're gonna shake hands on this whenever I see you. I will step. I will step on a bodybuilding stage, and you step on a powerlifting platform. And I
Oh,
coach you, and you coach me.
are you serious?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see if you can take a 247-year-old, 47-pound, 47
I
old
don't know if I
man.
could train you. I'll teach you how to pose.
We
I
could
don't
do
know if I,
posing.
I don't know if I could, I don't know if I could, like, I can send you to somebody that could coach you down, right? I mean, even though I know, but I mean, well, I know a woman's body. I don't know a man's body. I just know you got to eat, and you eat and live,
I think I got that part down.
right? But body, like,
Okay, you show me the
powerlifting,
posing, and I'll work on
yeah, I
everything
help
else
you with your
myself.
pose it. Will help you with your
So
pose it, but yeah,
we're gonna shake hands on that. So we can start. I got a meet coming up in March, and after that, I think I'm gonna change my body. So we gonna see which federation we gonna sign you up for because it's several. I think you know the
So
USPA.
you want me to compete in powerlifting? Oh
Hey man,
God.
let's do this. Let's do this. We're gonna weigh you, see what weight you're at, see which age you're at, and then you're gonna do your age bracket, which is
So
I
do I have
mean
to put on weight?
you don't have to. How much you weighing in that now?
I'm at like 155 right now.
155, I believe. I can look that up, but they have
But I'm
155
a
on
yeah,
there.
I got this grown woman weight on me right
They
now.
they have 155 available, and you say you what, 42, 45, something
I'm
like that.
45.
Okay, you'll be in what they call the masters. But hey, it ain't no fun unless you do the open. So we're gonna sign you up for the open and the masters, and we're gonna get you trained up, and we're gonna do this. So
Oh, you
I don't know when you
wild.
normally come to goes, but we'll figure it out.
Listen, well, I don't go to Richie that often anymore. So I'm not. Yeah, it's very rare I step foot in Richie. But I'm in at Crofton and Bowie.
I love Crofton. Crofton is a
But
lot more
yeah, like
professional.
just I gotta. What you say? Crofton is a what?
Crofton is a lot more professional. Bowie is way more professional.
Mm.
I love my people at Richie. I see why everybody went to DMV, and I'm just gonna mind my business.
Bruh, well, let me from what I'm scared to step foot in DMV Iron because I know me and I know I'm going to love it, and I already got too many gym memberships. I
Yeah, I
already
see.
know,
I
like
see why everybody ran down there, and
from what I said,
now I go into Richie Roll. It'd be nice and empty.
yeah, from what I heard, a lot of folks are going to DMV Iron Greenbelt, and I heard it's
It's
nice.
it's super nice, but it's one, it's costly, and then it's just I'm on the highway already, but I gotta go 5 exits fervor.
further
Yeah,
than what you need. I get it. I
yeah,
get it. I get
that's a
it.
lot.
But from what I heard is worth it. And I heard a lot of folks are just one of my homeboys that I saw at Goes Boy. He was like Vase. I said, "What's up?" He was like Vase. Like I said, "Is it?" He said Vase. When I tell you it is a lifting gym. He said it's a lifting gym. And then my homegirl was telling me, girl, she said, I don't even know how I come back up in here after going to visit it.
Jeez. See, that's why I've been hearing those things, those type of things that make me probably I will probably never come back to Gold's Richie again if I go in there. So
But
I
the
don't know.
Club Richie.
Yeah. The only thing is holding me back from going in there is because I heard they did the powerlifting space is very small.
Mhm.
But I mean you don't have to really use kilos to get ready for a meet.
See, I don't know
So
nothing about powerlifting. All I know is like I see the girls got the big legs and they got big arms and their bodies that cut up. Like I like that look. Like I love to be cut up. So
hey.
and also I want to build my strength back up. I want to
So
be able to build my strength
we
back
gonna
up.
we gonna figure this out. We gonna do this. So we gonna you
Come
teach
on
me the
now.
posing, and I teach you the powerlifting, and we gonna do this. But
Okay, I got you. I got you.
hey, you know what I mean? Hey, I'm OG in this game. I'm not ashamed. I'm not gonna be that dude who's gonna be ashamed that I made it to 47 years old. I know some people like to hide it. I know some people be
Nah, don't
scared of
be.
it,
No,
but
it's a blessing. It's a blessing getting old. Like
yeah, I done seen I done seen some things in my time, and one thing I will say I'm proud of you and myself when I step foot in any gym in the world.
mhm.
It's not too many people at my age that's in there.
Nah, for real. Nah, yeah,
It's fair, it's far and in between. It's like a little. It's like the old western show. You see the tumbleweed or something
right.
roll through the western show. So it's one thing about this journey that I've been on with my own personal body is I met so many beautiful people and I've met so many good friends from just
Yeah.
changing my approach in life, and I don't plan on turning back no time
Yeah,
soon.
that's the beauty of the sport. The people that you meet, the places
Yeah.
that you get to go, and the bonds that you build. Like some of my close friends right now, I met bodybuilding. Right, all my majority of my friends are bodybuilders, or they're gym rats, or Uh, so yeah, so that's the beauty of the sport, the camaraderie, the friendships, and the bonds that you build.
And then, hey, man, Coach V, I do appreciate you young ladies, especially when I'm on that new tricep machine at Club Richie, and I peek through the window and I see the posing, and I appreciate you guys because y'all help a brother get through, brother get through my tricep routine as I peek through the window
Hey,
and see the
hey,
greatness. See the
sir.
greatness.
First of
I
all,
see the greatness through the window. I'm just like, I appreciate you young ladies.
we're half naked. What do you? We're in
Hey,
bikinis,
I'm
like
just minding
literally.
my business, minding my
you,
business,
you sure
minding my
about
business, and
that? You sure about that?
yeah,
You sure
salute.
about
Yeah, I'm minding
that?
my business now. I'm doing my
I
triceps now. I'm
mean,
minding my business.
but we on stage in bikini, so
Yeah.
it is what it
I'm
is.
just saying, I'm just being honest. You see the dude at the red machine over there, he peeking through that window. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying. And then another person will stop by and be like, yeah, I see why you over here. Keep it moving.
Well, yeah, I think the last time I've been to Reacher was like a couple of like last month for posing for with a young lady, and I was like, oh, everything's still laid out the same. So yeah, I haven't been in Richie in a minute. I think I need
Yeah,
pop up here now and then, but yeah.
uh, I don't know. Some days that I mean, I love that. Uh, I don't. There's some days that gym frustrates me. I go to the bathroom and 10 stalls are broken, 3 showers are broken. Uh,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
paper towels all over the floor. I'm just like, what are you
Uh,
doing? You know, what are you doing with your life,
good,
bro?
good
They
old
almost
Richie.
drove me back to LA Fitness. So I'm just like, what are you doing with your life?
I mean, they're not taking care of things like they should. That's all. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. They're just not taking
Yeah,
care of what they
well,
should.
I remember like it was like maybe 2, 3 months right before they build DMVI and a real tall girl who also does bodybuilding, and she was on like line literally crying because the goals were so fucked up, and she was like, come on and hurry up and build DMV Iron, and I'm pretty sure she has not been back since.
Wait, she was crying?
Like literally tears coming out this young lady eyes. It's 3 o'clock in the damn morning. She pulls like, I don't know if you know the real, she like 6'6", and her son play ball. She's like a tall light skinned girl.
Yeah, I know. I think I know who you're talking about.
Yes, she was on like literally
Wow.
crying. That's what I was like, and then I was like, I feel your pain because I was there that day, and everything was
But
in
she
that
put this
joint
on
was
Instagram?
broke.
She put this on
Like,
Instagram?
yes, she posted on her stories like literally that day, everything was broke. It was like three steppers broke. Everything in that joint was broke that day, or something was missing, and I was like, "Yeah, I understand." That's what I'm saying. I understand. Why the hell you? Hey, I understand why people don't.
Wow.
Hey,
Well,
Crofton,
the last video
Boston,
I
here I
saw,
come.
the last video I saw of DMA at Richie was somebody fighting. I was like,
Oh yeah, I saw that one too, and
so yeah,
concerning. Hey man, I'm too old for all that foolishness. Just
yeah. Hell, they
hopefully,
were too old for that. So
yeah, I'm too old for all that foolishness. I'm just gonna hit you with that for 45 and mind my business, bro.
back
We
to
federal officers over here, we get to carry ours legally, so, so I'm gonna mind my business.
come on, Unc. Come on, Unc.
I work. That's all I'm saying, man. I'm too old for all that foolishness. No, I mean we ain't making to the point where you're a federal, you work for the feds.
Nah, I feel you.
Just
You get to
you
walk
keep
around.
it into your bag. You mind your business, just in
Get to
case.
walk around with your
Hey
piece,
man,
literally.
hey, I mean, no face, no case. Like, thank God we grew up with the time before the internet. That's all I'm saying. But it's been interesting, Coach V. So I'm gonna see you. You got my number. Text me. We gonna
Okay,
figure this out, and
okay.
we gonna do this. So y'all heard it
You
live. We
gonna
gonna.
give me powerlifting? That is a
Hey
goal of
man,
it. That's like I heavily thought about it. I was like,
I,
well, I really want to
I've
learn how
been.
to power lift. Like I really
I,
because I want to get back into lifting, like lifting. So
well, first we gotta see. I mean, what's your range of motion? Because one thing I am concerned about. You said no, I mean, especially with the barbell, that you tweaked your back. So we're gonna figure out what happened. We're gonna figure out, I mean, whether or not it's a SWAT shoe issue, whether or not it was a brace issue, whether or not it was something else. You
right.
never know. How much are you stretching before you go out here and do some of this dangerous stuff? Because as an older person, I stretch like an hour, sometimes an hour and a half before I do any of this stuff.
Now I ain't stretching for no hour.
Hey, it
That is
is what
not
it
that's
is.
what I'm not doing. That's what I'm not doing.
I'll be on. I
I
get.
do go get I need to go see my masseuse because I usually get deep tissue massages.
Yes.
I do get stretch therapists. So I go see my
Yes.
stretch therapist. I do go see a chiropractor.
So yeah, so I would recommend. Are you taking creatine? All right, and then if you are still taking, then you
No, I'm
gotta,
not. No, I'm not taking creatine.
you know, what I mean, it's a lot of factors in play. And then I
But
could be,
We'll talk about
yeah,
that.
I
We'll
could
talk
be
about that.
tested. So I don't think you can come in my space of tested because, what I mean, and once we win, they're gonna P test you. So you got to go to the non-tested bracket, which means you
Oh,
really got to play with the big dogs. So,
you know
so
what? I don't even
yeah,
know what you're talking about. So we want to you want to fill me in on
yeah.
the verbiage and the language of that.
Oh, well, tested mean they test you for all the fun stuff.
Oh no. But what I had to, and that was another issue that I had while bodybuilding. Um, my testosterone, because women
Hmm.
have my testosterone was extremely low, and I had to take tests. I had to take a half a pill of tests, because for a minute, like my was I couldn't sleep. Like I was no, I could. It was I was so tired all the time, and this is why I tell people, especially ladies in this realm, go get your blood work done, because I didn't understand. I was like, why am I so tired all the time? And that was one of the reasons why my
Mm.
testosterone was dangerously low. And for women, yes, women do have testosterone levels, And our range, we have to have a specific range of testosterone in our body for us to function.
Mm.
And mine was my level was just ridiculously low that I had to take tests. Now I'm not on it now. I'm on pro estrogen to help with my hormones and stuff.
All
Because
right.
when you're bodybuilding for that long and your body the strenuous training and the diet that you're on can cause some issues if you're not careful, especially if
Hey.
you're in with women and our hormones and everything. So yeah, that's why I'm a very big advocate. Get your blood work. Get your blood work done. Get your blood work.
Because last time I was talking to a young lady and she's getting up there, one thing she mentioned, I guess she was thinking about retirement because she want to have kids or whatever.
Mhm.
But right now, while she's single, she's like, I'm gonna rip it up one last time for the road. So it's so many things with that space that men would never understand because we don't have to deal with that stuff.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad I'm starting to highlight the ladies more often now and what they go through. And we're going to keep this cycle going. And one day, when I do my big panel, I'm definitely going to invite you in for the big panel.
Oh, because we didn't even scratch the surface on certain things. So
I
yeah,
like to leave it
definitely.
that way. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes you can't get it all in one shot.
Nah.
You got to make them want more. So
Yeah.
we discussed a lot of different topics. One thing we discussed first is just who are you, and
Mhm.
then every 3 months I have a panel of powerlifters and bodybuilders, and we all just discuss what's going on in the world. So it's just so many things I like to do. But you definitely on top of my list, and thank you for coming through.
Thank you for having me. I
All right.
appreciate it.
So we're gonna do this now. So don't try to duck me. I don't care if I gotta go to come to Crofton. We're gonna figure this out.
Ain't nobody scared of you.
All right,
Ducking
man.
for what am I ducking for?
Uh, okay, you gonna realize when you get to this crazy world of powerlifting, all your bodybuilder friends gonna stop liking you because one you
Really?
gotta because it's beef over here on these streets with us for some reason. I don't get it. I see the videos and they make fun of us for eating our cookies for our little 20-minute break that we get in between lifts. And I see the videos of them talking about how we actually have to SWAT to the point and it actually is accountable. So, hey, I'll just sit over here about my business. You enjoy going halfway down. I'm gonna go ask the grass and mind my business.
I'm this is new to me.
Yeah,
So hmm,
it gets a
I,
little weird over here on they talk about us power lifters. So just be prepared. They're gonna talk about you, but hey, we gonna make you great. And
okay.
then you get more clothes because you get the singlet, so you get a little bit more clothes. You get a little bit more clothes. So you get a little bit more clothes on that end of the fence. You know what I mean?
All right, that's a bet. That's a bet.
All right, love. It was
Have a
great
good
talking
night.
to you.
It was likewise. Thank you so much for having me.
Salute.
Bye.